Think winning scholarships is just luck? Well, think again. The right application can be your ticket to free college money. You just need to know how to stand out. Welcome back to another episode of Darius College Steps to Success, where today I will be breaking down the secrets to writing powerful essays, impressing scholarship judges and the overall committee, and also securing the funds you all and everyone deserve. So I'm Darius, and if you're ready to turn your story into a scholarship winning masterpiece, let's get started. So my first talking point is to be authentic. You need to share your story because your story matters. Don't write what you think the judges want to hear, but rather write what's true to you. Judges, scholarship committee people, they can see when something is fake. They can see when you're not being true in your writing. So you need to be true to yourself in your writing. So that involves sharing personal experiences, showing emotions, and the real struggles that you endure to get to where you are at today is extremely important. So when you're writing, this is an example. Don't just say, I'm passionate about helping people. That's very, very broad, but rather tell a story about a moment that sparked your passion about helping people, about wanting to go into research, about wanting to go into leadership conferences and being an educator and all that other stuff. Tell your story. And number two, you want to tap into your emotions. Vulnerability is powerful. If something moved you deeply, it will move the reader too. So don't be afraid to express that joy that happened in your life 5, 6 years ago, but also that fear that creeps in of failure, that fear of failure that creeps in every now and then. It is okay to express that happiness, that sadness, that madness that's going on in your life, and that you need that extra funding to continue to pursue your goals that you have set out and wrote down in your journal, in your notebook, in your phone, anywhere that you need to achieve. So don't be afraid to express how you truly feel in those writing essays. So if you faced hardship, focus on how it changed you rather than the struggle itself. Don't just talk about how this happened and it was bad and this happened, it was bad. Yes, you do want to make the scholarship committee to just, yes, feel bad, but you also want to say how you grew from it because we each, again, go through our own individual problems. So how did you grow from when your grandma passed away? Or how did you go when you got into a car accident? Or how did you grow when your funding was being withdrawn from school? And these are just examples. How did you grow and continue to strive to where you are today? And number three, you need to show your why. Why are you chasing this dream? What drives you? Why do you want to be a doctor? Why do you want to be a teacher, a principal, an educator? Why do you want to be a nurse? Why do you want to be an engineer? Why? Just why do you choose to continue to strive for the dreams that you have had maybe just since a couple years ago, maybe since you were 8 years old, maybe since you were 15? Why? What is your passion for trying to chase these dreams? Go beyond the surface level reasons. I want to be a doctor to help people, but that's very broad. But what personal experiences shaped your goal to say that, hey, I want to be a doctor because X, Y, and Z, and this happened in my family, and I want to, you got to give specific examples. You want to go deeper instead of just the surface level answers that other scholarship essays might be giving. You want to go and dig into that surface. So, at number four, write like you're talking to a friend. You don't really need the formalities. Yes, you need to make sure there's periods and commas, whatever, that stuff when you're writing. But they're not saying you need an intro paragraph, three body paragraphs, and a conclusion paragraph. You write how you feel comfortable as long as you're trying to get your point across and that you're speaking to a scholarship committee or that judge that's reading and writing that's reading your essay, as long as you get that point across, they don't care about the format and how you need to write it. That is the least of their worries. They want to see if you can tell a story. They want to see if not you can just tell a story, but your story from your heart and say, hey, this is what I'm going through. This is why I need the money. This is my passion. This is the struggles that I've endured to get to where I am today. So talk as you're talking to a friend, because you need to drop the robotic, overly formal tone. Just let your personality shine. Read your essay out loud. Does it sound like you? I know when I'm writing stuff and I'm like, I don't think this sounds like me. Sometimes I've had to rewrite a couple of scholarship essays because I'm like, this doesn't sound like me. Because when I was first writing scholarship essays, they were really formal. I was making sure the format was the most important thing, but rather my story was not there. So read your essay out loud and make sure that it sounds like you. Use your natural language, but also keep it polished. You don't want to use any slang and all that other stuff, but you want to keep it polished and keep it nice and make sure that your message is getting across. At number five, don't hide your struggles, own them. If you faced adversity, show how it shaped you. Focus on resilience, growth, and what you learned rather than just the hardships. So focus on how you were able to get through a passing of a close friend or a passing of a family member or something happened in your life and you're not talking to other people because things have hit too close to home. Talk about that stuff, because most of the time, I don't know if scholarship committees have this. They might hold a dinner where they might meet you, or most of the time, I know the scholarship I have, they might not even know you. They just know your name and that you have a story that you can tell, and that you can not just tell them, but you can tell other people around you. So don't hide your struggles. You want to own them. Number 6, this kind of ties in with everything. Make it personal and not generic. Avoid cliches like, I want to give back to my community. That is probably one of the most cliche things. I don't think I've ever used that in any of my scholarship writings because that is very cliche. Everybody says that. You want to think deeper. You want to think something a bit more unique. So instead, tell a personal story about how that community that you grew up in, whether that's in another country, whether that's in another county, another state, show and tell them how that community has shaped you and made you who you are today. And then you could probably sneak in, this is how I want to give back to them, and give specific examples. But don't just say, I want to give back to my community. Everybody can say, I want to give back to my community. The more specific you are, the more your essay will stand out. Specific examples that happen in your life are so extremely important. The generic stuff, the broad stuff, because you're afraid to open up, to open out, and to share to the scholarship community, you need to drop that if you're doing that. You need to open up, tell your story from within and from your heart, because that's how you're able to get scholarship money, and then people will recommend you apply for other scholarships as well. Maybe it's not just that one scholarship, but then that scholarship touches somebody's heart within that community, within that committee, and then they notice that, hey, you probably should apply to this other scholarship too. So at number 7, you need to believe that your story is enough. You don't need a dramatic life story, but rather just an honest one. Passion and sincerity are more powerful than a list of achievements. Do not go into your scholarship essay talking about, I've achieved this and I've done that and I've done this and that. I've been in articles and all this other stuff. They don't care about your list of achievements. They don't care about, oh, this guy is, man, he's good. He needs more money. Like, he probably already has enough money. You don't want to list out your achievements and list out your opportunities that you have been presented to achieve in your life, but rather believe in that your story is enough. So don't list your list of achievements that you're about to, if you're thinking about listing them, don't do that. So a simple story about your first job or a meaningful conversation with a mentor can just be as impactful as overcoming a major obstacle. So say, hey, I went to a mentor and he's helped me get through this and that. Tell and be specific. That's the key word that I'm trying to use in this episode. Be specific. Pull from and use specific examples to back you up and to help your essay shine. Lastly, my last point is end with heart. Leave the reader with something to remember, which is hope, inspiration, or just a full circle moment. Example, if you start with a story, close by reflecting on how that experience still drives you today. So talk about your very future goals, even though you might not even be able to see it that far. Because sometimes when I'm talking about my goals and stuff like that, I cannot see 5-6 years from now. I don't know where I'll be. I don't know what I'll be doing. I don't know how life will treat me. You just don't know. But rather, give that impact and say how this scholarship will help you in the future and how it will help you achieve your dreams and your inspiration since you were a baby or since you were a toddler or middle school, all that other. Give it a full circle moment. So again, if you start with a story, close by reflecting on how that experience is still driving you today. Experience how that car accident or how losing somebody, or it doesn't always again have to be tragic, but rather maybe you had a close conversation with a friend or an elderly person and that's how you got your passion. Those little moments, those conversations, it doesn't always have to be tragic. It doesn't always have to be something that you're going through. And yes, that could boost your essay a lot because scholarship essays are meant to make the committee and the judges cry. You want them to feel bad to give the money. Yes, I don't know if I should be saying that, but you want them to be like, this person really needs the money and to achieve their goals and their passion that they have been wanting to achieve since they've been at this bad moment in their life or this very big impactful moment they had with a conversation at a conference or with a mentor or somebody random on the street has shaped you and has made your passion become about what it is today. So that is all on today's episode. I hope that you all enjoyed the list of things I gave you all. I had 8 points, 8 talking points that I went through. So I hope you all enjoyed them. I hope you all enjoyed the tips, the advice about how to write a great scholarship essay. I've received multiple scholarships. I'm in multiple scholarship programs. I'm in multiple fellowships and all that other stuff because I want to make an impact. So, and I know that you all want to make an impact too. So I hope these tips and I hope these advice has really helped you to write a really good and a really inspirational scholarship essay, which hopefully will be a masterpiece and will help you to be able to receive funds to go through your schooling and not be stressed about taking out loans and all that other stuff. So thank you for listening. You can throw away your popcorn bag. You can throw away your soda or pop, whatever people say. I don't know what people say. But thanks for listening to episode 9 of Darius College Steps to Success. Peace.